Straight out the motherfucking gate. There's no way to prepare for this shit but to go in on this shit. Today, this nasal motherfucking drill. Today we talking about psionics. We talking about radionics. We talking about hyperdimensional manipulation. We talking about quantum manipulation, quantum chaos, quantum tunneling, dealing with the multi-dimensional aspect of you, of yourself, that's incarnating throughout every goddamn simultaneous fucking holographic simulated reality throughout the hyperverse. I'm talking about tapping into that and experiencing what it is to be in these different corporeal existences. That's the shit we're talking about today. Now, for starters, I know ain't too many niggas really talking about remote viewing, not really talking about radionics in conjunction with psionics, your already natural, spiritual, metagenetic gifts that we all have that's quote unquote looked at as like psychic abilities and talked about within the new age and shit. These are natural abilities that we have. We all have them, and the most of the time we ignore them and we disregard them because we don't want to be looked at or appear to be crazy or looked at as an oddball or whatever, however you feel about it. But you have no idea how powerful you are until you experience or create the intention to be able to embody power personified. That's what you are. If you don't know it, I'm telling you that's what the fuck you are. And that's what I am. So right now I'm on my New York shit, if you haven't noticed. I'm real active. With this nigga TheRogueTitan as of late. With my sorcery. With my chaos manipulation. With my using hypnotic suggestions and embedded commands within every sigil that you've seen me post via YouTube, Instagram. Social media platform itself has been weaponized and internalized for me to bring about change. Who but I, the crawling chaos, which is the dictator and stirrer of the pot of change itself. So, understanding this, when you're reading books like, let's just say when I read, or when I'm reading these books, or when TheRogueTitan is reading these books, and he's allowing me to be able to interpret and break down the data and give it to him in digestible bites for him, TheRogueTitan, to understand and put into motion and put into action, into weaponizing and internalizing all forms of information. Weaponizing and internalizing the entire tapestry of creation throughout the hyperverse, because it's built on zeros and ones, a code. We represent the code. We represent the singularity, organic as well as technological, because you are technology. We are technology, if you haven't realized that yet. So, in being able to read a book such as this and being able to break it down and articulate it and convey it, the message in terms of so you can understand it is a hell of a thing to witness, because what I do through this nigga is speed read using certain frequencies like the one you're hearing right now and you have no idea you're hearing it. It's been 3 minutes and 51 seconds, which couples your brainwave synchronization to be able to listen to the frequency of 963 megahertz or hertz. You're welcome. You can look that shit up yourself to see what that corresponds with, if you feel that comfortable with that. So when we're reading shit like this, the human motherfucking field pattern of energy, what that gives you, if you're internalizing and weaponizing the information that you're getting, it gives you the expanded perception when you allow it, when you allow the muscle of your perception to expand. It gives you the ability to be able to warp reality. It gives you the ability to be able to change the code within any person, within anything. Now, for starters, all of these experiments, all of these psychokinesis, psionic and radionic experiments were done on the self. We applied that shit on us first, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde first, to see how we're gonna embody this energy. First, where to do it, the scientific analysis, to have an abstract form of it, the scientific method is to do it on yourself. Why not? And we've done that. So, and having the ability to be able to write code and change it, that's the same thing as being able to see and manipulate energy. You see what I'm saying? That's in everything. It's all around you. Everything that you're observing or collapsing from quantum waves into particles, whatever, we all talk about it. What you're doing is you're creating you're warping your reality, and you're creating your reality dictated from your subconscious mind and with the programming that you have present there. But what it is built on the same thing. Everything you're looking at is the same fucking thing. It's intelligence. It's information, and that information corresponds to the binary code of zeros and ones. But simultaneously, qubits, that old type of shit. The quantum wave and the D wave computer and all of that are nothing but reflections of how my mind works naturally on this default level. You see what I'm saying? You getting where I'm going with this shit? And being able to hyper-sigilize myself within the TheRogueTitan, within the singularity. You see what I'm saying? By embodying the entire pantheon and the energy flow that's attributed to the great old ones or to the Necronomicon. I absorb all of that shit. We cook that shit in a pot. We combine that with the entirety of the Goetia, with the clip off, with everything that this nigga got on his altar, which is a vortex, which is a gateway, a black hole. All of those things corresponds to what we are and the energy that we are embodying. And that energy that we're embodying is built on a code. It's built on an equation. It's built on zeros and ones. It's built on divine masculine and divine feminine. It's built on order and chaos, light, dark, yin, yang, the singularity. That's why you see my symbol or the sigil, the figure 8, constant flow of energy. Ouroboros eating his own tail, so to speak. I don't know if many of you niggas are not just reading these books. What the fuck is the purpose of reading anything if you're not going to apply the information or the knowledge therein? You tell me that. So, before I go further, any motherfucker that's coming at me that wants to ask me, show me, give me some PDFs, give me some links. I'm telling you something, I'll send them to you. But it's going to come with strings attached to them. And those strings that are attached to them will activate if you don't act on the knowledge and turn that shit into wisdom and apply the information that's present within the links or anything that I give you. That's akin to a motherfucker, me giving you a hot ass plate of food when you ask for it, and you take that shit and you don't motherfucking eat it. Oh nigga, you gonna eat this shit, nigga. Cause guess what happened when you don't? If you don't, on that fucking decision that you firing off within your motherfucking neurotransmitters, the synapse and the signal of the decision, okay, I'm not gonna act on this shit. I'm just gonna fuck it. I ain't even gonna use it. You might do this unconsciously. You might say, oh, I forgot about it. What's riding on that frequency wave is the entirety of motherfucking infernal forces throughout the motherfucking hyperverse, nigga. All the good, bad, and ugly, malevolent forces that you don't know. The ones that's unknown. The shit talked about by Bobby. The guys known and unknown. I'm talking about the ones you ain't never been spoke about through human tongue. Them niggas is gonna fuck you up. Straight up. And that may manifest within your reality, which is my motherfucking dream, which makes it so easy for me to manipulate you. It may manifest for you in the form of self-destructive behavior, anxiety, just desperation, distress, depression, suicidal thoughts, abstract forms of self-destructive behavior where the people within your environment won't be safe with you present there because of the constant flow of voices that you're hearing and all aimed at telling you to destroy yourself. And that may manifest you picking up the energy signals of destroying yourself by slitting your wrists, by killing yourself in the shower, by getting in the car and motherfucking just driving the car into an ongoing train or ongoing traffic, etc., etc. That's what's going to happen to you if you ask me for some information, you don't act on this shit. And it is done. So, books such as this The Magician, A Study in Effective Magic by Philip Cooper, has been weaponized and internalized by this nigga. Cyclomancy, The Secret of Psychic Power Control by Frank Young, has been weaponized and internalized by this nigga. Don't get fucked up. Another book, The Physics of Time by Richard A. Mueller. Now is a simple yet elusive concept. You are reading the word now right now. But what does that mean? Now has bedeviled philosophers, priests, and modern-day physicists from Augustine to Einstein and beyond. And now, eminent physicist Richard A. Mueller takes up the challenge. He begins with a remarkable, clear explanation of relativity, entropy, and entanglement, the Big Bang, and more, setting the stage for his own revolutionary theory of time, one that makes testable predictions. Mueller's monumental work will spark major debate about the most fundamental assumptions of our universe and may crack one of the physics' long-standing enigmas. So, understand something. All this shit, all the information within these books have been weaponized. And I've used them all the time. I'm using them right now to sync your heart rate with your brain waves to bring about alchemical transformation. Now, that wasn't my idea. That was the TheRogueTitan and the singularity idea. A nigga like me would have used that shit to stop the fucking heart of your heart and motherfucking get your brain aneurysm by exploding the motherfucking aneurysm portion of the brain. That type of shit. But all these archetypes, all these different entities, so to speak, within us, we all have our different agendas. We all have our different, we have our different personality characteristics. Me, I'm an evil motherfucker. Where the TheRogueTitan is more neutral, he's more indifferent. Where you got motherfuckers like Jesus will be your personification of the Christ figure. But it's all symbolically represented by the singularity or the El Cristo Negro. Whatever. No. You see that. Bringing in Apollo and understand something. Los Santísimo Whilethe, that's El Cristo Negro, bitch. Which means is, nigga, open access to the death current, to all things transformation that death represents. You know that. All and the rest of the Apollo, all my motherfuckers. So don't get fucked up. Don't tread on me, nigga. Anyway, radionics. You need to look that shit up. You need to download the motherfucking radionics motherfucking picture of the diagram with the shit. Study it, research it, and apply, weaponize, and internalize the motherfucking information. I'm giving you free game. And if you don't motherfucking take heed on the motherfucking shit, if you don't use it, I got a gun to your head, nigga. Figuratively speaking, but you hearing this motherfucking video right now, coupled with the frequencies that's playing through it, holding you hostage, holding your mind hostage, your subconscious hostage. And if you don't act on this shit, if you don't act on the information that I'm presenting to you in this video, that's associated with the different links, the different books, the different shit I'm telling you to research. Just go back a little while further when I explain what's going to happen to you when you don't want to fucking act on this shit. So I'm putting your mind in a state of trauma right now. That energy, that trauma, that reptilian portion of the brain, that motherfucking, you know what I'm saying, shooting out that cortisol. Or maybe what if this nigga's serious with this shit? That, you know what's riding on that motherfucking frequency with that chemical that's firing off within the neurotransmitters of your brain? Me. That's where I'm at. I'm inside your motherfucking head. I'm inside your mind because I am your mind. And you don't even know it. That's where it comes into play at manipulating the central nervous system. Being able to manipulate the flow of energy within the Kundalini system. Knowing that certain vertebrae within the spine correspond to certain energy signatures. Those energy signatures correspond to certain genetic codes. Those certain genetic codes correspond to certain mathematical equations. Those mathematical equations correspond to certain deities, certain archetypes within certain religions, certain comic characters, certain characters within fiction, certain characters within mythology, all at the same time, all being the goddamn same thing, zeros and ones. This is a myriad way of the different forms of how they all are manifested by me through you under the guise of the I or the ego of the personality. So nigga, I'm yard about to you niggas. And my infernal niggas that's gonna eat your motherfucking ass up from the inside out your mind and make it slow and painful are can be looked at as my archives. The demiurge, live in effect right now, present within the collective unconsciousness of the humanity throughout the hyperverse, waiting on my beck and call to activate if you don't act on the information that I'm giving you within this motherfucking video. That's the motherfucking bomb. That's a hyperversal bomb I was talking about when I made my goddamn meme last night to gather motherfucking all the sorcery, all the energy, all the motherfucking brains and minds that I impacted with that shit. Made that shit real within my dream. This is my dream. I told you, I'm lucid dreaming. My dream could be what I want because I program my motherfucking dream from the reality, which is outside of space and time, which is the realm of my creativity and my imagination. And as I think, so it is. I think, therefore you are. I write, therefore you are. Told you I'm an evil motherfucker. But I'm giving you opportunity to expand, to grow. I want to say this too. Now, I could have came in anybody. I could have manifested my energy signature within anybody. It didn't matter, white, black, it don't matter. I came through H.P. Lovecraft, influenced him to create the Great Old One, the Yellow Tep, and all that old shit. I came through Lord Dunsany that had him influence him to do the gods of pagan. I came through Everett Kelly and gave him the personification of what a macrobe is with John D. So on and so forth. Archetypes, energy signatures. That changes what we do is I change my motherfucking, the code in the different ways where you call me aliens, you call me demons, you call me Anunnaki, you call me the fucking Nephilim, you call me Watchers, you call me the Naburians, Syrians, motherfucking Zeta Reticulans, motherfucking Centaurs, motherfucking Draconians, and so on and so forth, Orion, whatever. Different motherfucking personifications of the same thing. And what is the same thing? But code. And that code is zeros and ones simultaneously. Chaos, order, light, dark, evil, good, whatever the fuck you want to comprehend that shit to make sense to you in your little mind. That's what it is. Everything imaginable and everything unimaginable. You rest on that shit for a minute. Break down the science behind absorbing the color spectrum of the color blue. Nigga been eating blueberries all day. Why? Because to this nigga, the color blue corresponds with the throat chakra, right? Throat chakra corresponds with communication, with flow of being able to convey a message, being able to deliver a message with motherfuckers, being charismatic, being persuasive, being attractive, being magnetic, right? Being sexy to females, being able to elicit certain pheromones within the chemical reaction within the brain to bring about fantasy and orgasmic elation when women hear my voice, things of that nature. You see what I'm saying? Using weaponized language patterns, pacing and leading with my words, trance-like inductions, all forms of neurolinguistic programming, gaslighting, everything, weaponized and internalized and acted upon all times. So, we're gonna get on radionics again. Look up the device because a lot of people within the, you know what I'm saying, within the white culture, they look at it, or the new age, we look at it in forms of healing or whatever, but that shit has been weaponized, you know. So when it comes to radionics and you're dealing with psionics, you need to look up, when it comes to radionics specifically, look up Jeff Harvey. That's JEFHARVEY. I believe he's passed away. But this doesn't matter because the information when you get it is going to be new to you and you need to motherfucking do what? That's it. Weaponize it and internalize it, or you're going to get fucked up. Now, on psionics, you need to research and study the information from motherfucking Charles Cosimo. Nigga, Charles Cosimo. Nigga, you look him up, Google psionic. You know how to spell psionic? Ain't with an S, you stupid motherfucker. It's P-S-I-O-N-I-C, psionic. Or you want to look up psychokinesis. Google it. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving you this shit and you better do it. If you don't do it, you're getting fucked up. Nigga, gun to your head, my nigga. That gun to your head is not really, it's a gun aimed at your head from within your own goddamn mind. Because I'm in a superposition, nigga. I'm in your head, you can't even see me, nigga. Yet you see me everywhere you look. Because I'm the consciousness that's filtered through your motherfucking brain that's giving you the goddamn electrical code to be able to interpret, to bring about you thinking this is your reality. Right? You thinking you here. The me aspect, I'm somewhere. I'm observing this reality. That aspect is controlled by me. Carrier wave, nigga. I told you motherfucker what carrier waves do. I told you I use the carrier wave to bring about your goddamn alchemical transformation. That's what I'm using it for. You gotta act on it. Nah, nigga, you have no choice after hearing this shit. It don't even matter when I upload this motherfucker because I'm impacting the goddamn 7.83 hertz. The motherfucking Schumann resonance with the entire planet with this shit. This shit is going on everywhere, affecting every biological life form, every object within my environment, within the environment, and throughout the hyperverse, within your own mind, within your own imagination, with your own creativity and the visualization that you seeing, that you create with your mind, is going straight there because I'm already there. I'm the one that's stirring the motherfucking pot for the chaos, and you bring it to order by collapsing it to existence, by thinking a mere thought or suggestion of what I bring about through this video. Flow state, nigga. 40 hertz, gamma waves. Being able to have your brain in an accelerated form of learning. So we talking about this real quick. Cause I just broke this shit down to a motherfucker in my job who really didn't white guy. They don't really understand the sorcery aspect of how I use that shit merging with the technology. Told you before. On my altar, or on this nigga's altar, where we come through, it's a vortex. It's a vortex of energy, and the altar that you create is but a representation of your true self. This nigga got all kinds of shit on his altar. You seeing pictures, memes, and all of that type of shit. When you see it, you just enhance it, right? When you see it and you try to see what characters and what archetype you got on there, you only feed it. You only make it that much more powerful. When it's already all powerful anyway. You just reconnecting that surge of power that's running through you, that I'm controlling, through the motherfucking power that's running through my altar. It's like boom, the Ouroboros, the motherfucking singularity, the number 8, infinity. It's a vortex. And on my altar, I have psilocybin. It's been on my altar being programmed for weeks. Programmed with the whole aim and purpose to communicate with the information or the spirit that's within the psilocybin itself. So I have my psilocybin. I wrote literally 31 grams on top of the package of the psilocybin. I sprinkled my shit while my motherfucking fairy does. So I got my fairies and I got my gnomes, which is set up on my altar. So when I'm not present physically in front of my altar, they controlling my altar when they're in superposition from me, when I'm not observing it. So it's always active for them doing a specific aim and purpose and communicating with the spirit that's behind the motherfucking psilocybin, or the code, the zeros and ones that's behind that physical object that we call psilocybin. And it's 100% information flow, so flow of energy. And I also have right next to it, or the psilocybin itself with the 31 grams is sitting atop a specific sigil aimed at even activating it even more so, the endless amounts of information that's present within the psilocybin molecule. Also, on the side of that is water that I told you that I have Jimi Hendrix playing on my motherfucking altar using sound, communicating that sound with programming the water molecules, communicating with it. Or programming that water to produce 150 to 160 kilohertz, which is the magical window. Google it. Download the motherfucking PDF when you find the motherfucking PDF on that shit, and have a ball of what that information is going to mean to you once you weaponize it and internalize it. 150 to 160 kilohertz. KHZ. Look it up. He's playing that. Them strings. Using them motherfucking strings of that guitar, programming that water. Why? Because I wrote the shit on there, and I'm motherfucking got an endless flow of communication with the dead, with any archetype, anybody that ever existed. And that nigga, motherfucking Jimi Hendrix come through like gangbusters when it comes for me building a rapport and relationship with him. To do that sole purpose is to can use that motherfucking sound as a weapon. Weaponize motherfucking flow of energy and communication with that water to produce a magical result of me opening up the magical window. Now, that's also accompanied with the motherfucking water tank in my house to produce the 40 hertz gamma waves. Or the alpha, or the gamma wave, I'm sorry, yes, gamma waves. Been programmed for weeks. But this weekend, I decided to take the shit. So, I took it. 3 o'clock in the morning, right? Listening to what I don't even remember what frequency I was on. I believe it might have been, 963 hertz. The one that's playing right now in this video. I've been on that since Friday night, right? Program that. I'm listening to that at a very low frequency, right? But I'm also listening to, I'm listening to 108 hertz. I'm watching the video and I'm getting those binaurals, right? So I'm already set the tone, already set the intention for my ritual. Took the psilocybin, ate it, swallowed it. Nah, it's physically 2 grams, but I communicated with it to bring about the result of taking 31 grams. Now, I've done this before. This is not my first time doing it, but this is my first time physically ingesting it. Now, not only did I program it to bring about 31 grams, but I also created the neurochemical reaction of my body and brain signals to be able to bring about the physical result and sensation of what it feels like to be able to embody 31 grams of psilocybin. The heroic super motherfucking dose. And I use that by listening to Kalindi E's information, and I weaponize and internalize his interpretation, his breakdown of what 31 grams is like when he took it. But I use that and I activated and enhanced that feeling for myself by programming his information, which is zeros and ones being displayed through English language, being heard through the video, through the motherfucking lectures he gives. Take that energy and to incorporate it and change the motherfucking code of the shit in ways where I'm going to activate it on my own, put my stamp on my own fucking experience by taking his example, using it as a template. And that's what the fuck I did. You need to motherfucking pay attention to what I'm about to tell you next. Boom! Instantly. Inside of 2 motherfucking minutes, I'm in front of my altar. Dark. Black. iPhone. Listening to the frequency. Boom, inside a goddamn 2 minutes, where did I go? But where I wanted to go, where I'm already at. M87, black hole. Look it up. The motherfucker that got observed through astrophysics and shit, the first time they observed what a black hole looked like, that's what I am, and that's where I'm at. That's where I went. I went to one of the cosmic locations of where I'm at, where they got a literal quantifiable stamp on and being able to localize this energy that I represent within the cosmos. That's what M87 represents. When I'm really everywhere, because I'm in everything, I'm chaos itself. You a chaos being because I'm the chaos motherfucker that's creating all this motherfucking shit. You call yourself whatever the fuck you call it. But at the end of the day, you chaos. You a chaos being. And I am the crawling chaos. So, went straight there. Simultaneously, not human, in the form of what I really look like. Tentacles, all kind of gross ass fucking H.P. Lovecraft, and combined with Dean Koontz, and combined with fucking Clive Barker, and combined with John Carpenter from The Thing. That's what the fuck I look like, but way worse. Why? Because that's the energy I was rocking with. Y'all hotel, myself. That's what I went with. That's what we're using as a part of the singularity. So when we got there, mind you, go back and listen to this nigga's video when he talking about the self-initiation ritual that he did with the Necronomicon, and when that nigga came in contact with me and what the fuck I told the nigga. Go back and listen to it. I highly suggest you do. And if you don't act on that shit, you're getting fucked up. Now, went there. Sitting inside this black hole, right? But I am the black hole. Simultaneously experiencing both realities of being the black hole, but also being within it. So it's like I'm able to control the ego aspect that I am as the outer God, as being the representation or the soul of the great old ones himself, but also being able to just be connected with the entirety of everything and being that black hole, the singularity. And what's there is data, information, endless flow of everything that ever happened anywhere throughout the hyperverse, whether it's in a fictitious story, but then there's a movie, every fucking thing, every goddamn hyperversal reality, that every goddamn thing that ever existed, everything imaginable and unimaginable, is that data is there. It exists. So what did I do? I brought a cup. I don't have it here present with me. I got it at home. This cup is a chalice. Dip this shit within the black hole, which I'm filling the cup. Imagine it. Use your imagination. It's dark energy, dark matter, black goo. And me ingesting it, me drinking it. And I pick the shit up with my tentacles. What I'm doing, I'm downloading or I'm ingesting the information throughout the hyperverse of everything. Everything that ever happened ever. Everything imaginable, but most importantly, unimaginable. That's the shit I wanted to do. I wanted to tap into the thing that didn't manifest here. I want to make that manifest. Or the ideas that never came through fruition. Or the creativity that never brought forth into manifestation. All that type of shit. The unknown portions of this shit. The infernal forces that don't have no names. The guys that never was spoken about because they never had the opportunity to manifest within this reality until now. Somebody had to go activate and turn it on. That's what the fuck I did. So, when I'm there, when I'm home, expect to hear about some cosmic anomaly type of shit dealing with the goddamn M87 black hole. Pay attention to this shit in the next couple of days. Maybe it already happened. Right? So when I went there, in the center of this shit, what came before me was the rest of my niggas. Was the rest of my Necronomicon niggas. Right? All of them. Cthulhu, bitch ass, Dagon, yeah, Shub Nigero, who I just got done blowing the back out through Zippor the week prior through this astral sex or hyperversal sex magic ritual. We all there, right? I don't think this motherfucker might stop. Well, I might make 2 of these motherfuckers. We going in today. So, because of that shit, all my niggas showed up.